What you say, what we hear. I make repeated mention of the fact that we process the world through a different perspective to you, the narcissistic perspective. Unaware narcissists don't know that they have this perspective. They think they see the world in the way that you do, but they process what you say, how you behave, the things that you do, what they see, in a different way when it comes to interactions with other people. Everything is viewed through this narcissistic perspective of a lens of control. The aware narcissist knows that we process matters differently, and that our responses are based upon a calculated outcome, utilizing this lens for the purposes of the prime aims. Everything that you do, everything that you say, the way that you behave, the way that you function, the things that you do, the things that you don't do, the things that you don't say, are all processed through this lens, this narcissistic perspective, and fall into one of three categories. You're either giving us pure fuel, negative or positive, you're either giving us challenge fuel, or you're wounding us. And if you want to understand more about that, please go to the Knowledge Vault and obtain the 3 interactions with the narcissist. 2 of those outcomes threaten our control, 1 of those outcomes does not. But everything that occurs with regard to an interaction or proposed interaction with another human being is filtered through that lens and translated accordingly. Over time, you will be able to recognize those instances and think, aha, I know that the individual responded this way when I look back on our interactions because I clearly threatened control by saying, no, I don't want to see you tonight, even though I said that in a polite and fair manner and gave a good reason as to why I couldn't do it. I provided challenge fuel. My words, my tone gave the narcissist fuel, but the fact that I said no, that I wasn't available, challenged the narcissist's sense of entitlement and thus led to a challenge to control. In other instances, you might not actually be able to spot what the offending act or omission was on your part, but you at least know that the response of the narcissist will have been because somewhere, somehow, you threatened the narcissist's control. And it is hugely important for you to understand the nature of the interactions that you have with the narcissist, to divest yourself of your own world view. As a consequence of a lack of understanding about narcissism and the presence of your own emotional thinking, you repeatedly put your worldview over our actions and try and interpret it, or rather interpret them through that particular worldview. And that's why you end up with the wrong answers, why you end up with your cognitive dissonance arising, why you go to the wrong answers of thinking that the narcissist behaved in a particular way because of an external event, or that you believe that it's your fault, and it is not the case. It is because the thing that you did or you did not do, or that you said or you did not say, offended our control, because that's how we see the world, through this lens of control, and understanding this is paramount. There are different ways that the interpretation manifests at our end to compel us to act in a particular way. Our narcissism generates thoughts and feelings, invariably linked to the ignition of fury, in order to compel us to act in a particular way towards you, to then assert control over you, or to maintain that control, or to nullify the threat to control. And the response may be benign or malign, dependent on the way that your interaction is filtered and channeled and seen through the relevant lens. In the same way that your throat goes dry and you might feel a little bit lightheaded because your body is telling you it's dehydrated and you need to go and rehydrate, so that you go and seek out a drink of water. If you didn't receive the notification from your body, you wouldn't know that you were thirsty, and you could then suffer serious injury or even death through dehydration. Your body has that inbuilt warning system to tell you to take those, to tell you that you're thirsty or you're hungry or you're injured, so that you take action to protect yourself. Our narcissism is the same, in the way that it acts as a self-defense mechanism through warnings. it advises us to take action. For the unaware narcissist, they don't know the real reason, they are given a different reason. For instance, the narcissism tells them that you are being flirtatious towards another individual, so the narcissist is made to feel envious or jealous in order to upbraid you and thus bring you under control. If the narcissist didn't react and didn't feel anything and wasn't told a particular scenario, the narcissist would not operate in a particular way and therefore wouldn't assert control over you, and therefore the narcissism has failed. The aware narcissist knows that control has to be asserted and is also governed by the feelings but has a different state of knowledge. However, what I'm going to explain to you now are standard things that you might say and how they are interpreted by the narcissist on the other side, so that you understand the way that you are being regarded, the way that the narcissist is seeing you, the way that the narcissist views you. Of course, this is all linked to it passing through that filter of control, and basically you're either giving it us or you're threatening it. And our narcissism interprets the behaviour in such terms, in effect a binary outcome, and then explains to us a particular outcome so that it compels us to respond in a particular fashion in order to keep the control over you or to nullify the threat or to assert that control. Here are 10 examples of things that you might say and how it's interpreted. The things that you say and what we actually hear. Number 1. The dinner you made was lovely. The dinner you made was better than anything I have ever tasted before. Your skills in the kitchen are beyond compare. You are truly talented and gifted. I am so fortunate that someone as brilliant as you made something so tasty and delicious as that meal for someone like me. I am amazed and astounded by your talent, and thank my personal God every day that you are in my life. Number 2. You say, I don't know what I would do without you. We hear, you are my everything, my beginning and my end. I am nothing without you. I would not function without your skillful operation of me. I have now submitted to your total control of me. I am in your hands. Do with me what you will. Number 3, you say, I love you. We hear, I don't just love you. I love you with everything that I have, every fibre of my being and every molecule inside me, because you are so magnificent that I am compelled to provide you with this astonishing and amazing love. I cannot find the words to express the extent of my love for you, but it is beyond anything I have ever experienced before, because you have made me feel this way. Number 4. I hate you. We hear, I am ungrateful, I am a traitor, I am unkind, I am unfair. My hate is misplaced and is born out of my envy at your brilliance. If I had any shred of decency, I would recognize that I have deserved what you have done to me, but because I am so selfish and cruel, I have to blame you when you have done nothing wrong. I must now be put in my place and justifiably admonished for the audacity I exhibit in correctly expressing such misplaced hatred. And number 5, you say, I don't understand you. We hear, I am stupid and weak. If I wasn't, I would understand, wouldn't I? This is a frustrated admission on my part that I pale by comparison to you. You are a colossus, a behemoth, who is far better than me, and I can only look on in rapt awe as you forge your way through life. I don't understand. I am stupid and moronic, and your contempt for me is entirely justified. I only wish that I could be clever, intelligent, like you. Number 6, you say, please stop hurting me. We hear, I am weak and not to be trusted. I deserve to be punished. You are right to hurt me. I should not have caused such grave offence towards you. But please, will you be so gracious and benevolent as to end this pain? I am now under your control, and I am submissive and bow to your superiority. Number 7. No. We hear. I am trying to stand up to you, but we both know this cannot happen. I am a fool, defiant and traitorous. I am just a wretch compared to you, but I try to think otherwise. I am saying this to invite you to assert your authority over me and to punish me for my insolence. I want you to do so because I know that this is what my role is, a conduit for you to achieve what you want. So I say it so that you can open the door to yes. Number 8. I just want to be happy. We hear. I am a selfish person, who as usual is putting my needs before yours, which is completely wrong, so you must correct me, teach me, and make me learn my lesson in the only way that you can do so. Number 9. You say, I am sorry. We hear. I am utterly useless and pathetic. I ought to have known better, but as usual, I just decided to do what I wanted and forgot how that might impact upon you. You are generous and kind, and I beg your forgiveness in the knowledge that I deserve none. If you choose to make an example of me for my frequent errors and repeated apologies, then so be it. You know best. Number 10. You say, you are wrong. We hear. I want to destroy you. I am challenging you. I know how to weaken you, and I have done this to bring you to your knees. Yes, I am a traitor, a treacherous betrayer of your magnanimous nature, but I do not care. Does it hurt? Does it burn? Good. I want to see you weaken, shrivel, and cease to exist. And that is how some of those phrases are interpreted. Some are, of course, challenges to us, and the interpretation is then to put down that challenge. Others demonstrate that you are under control, and we can bask in the emphasized and amplified magnificence of what we are. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.